Hey, what's up guys? Today we're gonna do a fun little video on how to land. So the biggest thing we're gonna work on today is basically getting that moment of energy when you land and trying to spread it out a little bit longer. So using your legs to absorb it and actually kind of almost like a parkour person when they jump, and instead of landing flat, sometimes you'll see them roll. That's them basically taking that energy and spreading it out. The way that we're gonna do this, we have a mountain bike hopper ramp and we just have it set up to flat. If you don't have access to a ramp, you can use either a curb, dropping off a curb and trying to land soft, or if you find someone with a driveway that has a little bit of a curb cut, then those are really nice too to practice this stuff. Are you excited for today?
Yeah, it's something that you've mentioned to me quite a bit, and I'm excited to finally spend some time actually focusing on just landing.
Yeah. All right, so this is the little ramp setup that we have today, and it's about a foot or so to flat. What we're gonna kind of listen for is how hard the tires are impacting the ground, and also watching like how much the ankles are absorbing. I'll show you guys an example of what not to do, so landing really hard, and then we'll show you an example of just a soft landing, and then we'll have April start practicing on some different techniques.
This is a hard landing. Looks about right.
Hurt my neck. So the biggest thing to look at there, for one, is just the sound. So how hard the bike is impacting the ground. And then number two is kind of, you'll see me rebound almost a little bit because I'm putting so much force into the bike, it has to go somewhere on the way out. So you'll get that little bit of bounce or rebound, and my ankles take a lot of impact too. On this one, I'm gonna try to land nice and soft, and hopefully you'll hear a quieter landing and you'll see less kind of bounce as I land. So let's try that. This is a little bit quieter landing. Hopefully this will be softer. So that one didn't hurt my neck nearly as bad. The whole point of today's video is learning how to land softly. For one, so that your body doesn't take the abuse, and for two, so your bike doesn't take as much abuse. Like I said, that first one really hurt my neck. That's something I'll see a lot of people say is like, oh, my back or my neck, you know, after doing a big day of jumping. And I think today we're gonna work on just that timing and technique of when your tires touch the ground, how do you start absorbing that, and what actually needs to move to get the most absorption. So, you ready, April?
Yeah.
All right, you got your little hardtail?
Yeah.
Sick. Let's just have you hit it a few times on your own, just normal, and then we'll look at what's going on and see if we can get the technique a little bit better and walk through how to do that.
Okay.
Have you hit this on a hardtail?
Nope.
Oh my god.
That looks pretty soft.
Yeah, it looked beautiful. It was like a marshmallow landing. Let's try one more. Okay, attempt number 2. That looks a little better.
Yeah.
Let's try one more. Just one good one, a little faster.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. How'd that feel?
Not very good because I think I'm not used to riding on the hardtail.
Yeah.
And I can tell that I use my suspension a lot more.
Yeah. Do you want to try one on the suspension bike just to show them that too?
Sure.
Just as a comparison real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, comparison test on the full suspension. Okay, cool. I think we have some good stuff we can work on for sure. So those were a couple really good attempts, and I think there's a few things we can work on that are really common problems for a lot of people. So as she's landing, her legs are bent, which is a really good position to be in. Like, you want a soft bend. You never really want to land straight legged. So she does have her legs bent, but they're tight. And so when she lands, even though her legs are bent, she lands and her ankles absorb a lot of the impact. I've seen people like strain their Achilles in the past from basically landing and having it bend too much. So what we're really gonna try to work on is, as soon as your bike comes off the ramp, so you're gonna jump off the ramp, you're in the air, thinking about your landing, and right as your tires touch the ground, I personally kind of like to land on flat ground, rear tire slightly first or completely even. On a slope transition, I almost always try to land both tires at the same time, like even landing. And right as she feels the tires touch the ground, she's gonna softly absorb that impact with her legs. I see a lot of times where people will land kind of stiff-legged and then they'll almost go like that to absorb it. That's not really what we're focusing on. We want to just use our legs as the biggest, strongest part of our body and absorb that. So as soon as the tires touch the ground, boom, just that nice little movement.
So you want to be at one with the bike.
At one with the bike. Young Padawan. Does that kind of make sense?
It does make sense because I feel like a lot of times that'll hurt my ankles when I jump.
Yeah.
If I have a hard landing, it's usually my ankles that hurt.
Yeah, totally. And hopefully if we do it right, you'll hear your tires really softly land on the ground. That's what we're really listening for, and that's why we have the hardtails out here. Because on the full suspension, sometimes it can be kind of tough to know if you landed soft or if your suspension absorbed it, what's going on. But with these, you can really hear it quite a bit. A lot of times you'll see people land and hear their tires hit and then absorb. And that's a little bit of absorption, but what we really want is we want to kind of, I'll just do it on my feet. But if I was to jump, instead of going straight leg, or you want to just land.
Yeah, so it's timing as well.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing that people struggle with is the timing. You are a cat. Oh!
I'm a heavy cat.
You're a heavy cat? All right, try one more. It'll take some practice, so no stress.
I'm not moving my legs, right?
Yeah, what did that feel like?
I felt like I was all doing it in the arms.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a really common thing I see.
Yeah.
All right, so April's gonna hold me up. So I'm in a riding position, right? So I'll see people land and go, boom. That's like just hip hinge movement. What we're gonna really try to focus on for a soft landing is as you come down, bike hits the ground, knees compress, hips compress. So it's like a nice,
Oh, okay.
does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you kind of do use your arms, but you don't want to be over the front like that. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
So
A squat.
pop, and then squat. Boom. That was perfect. That looks
Okay.
really good. So same motion. Let's do one more, just a squat. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Yeah.
Okay.
That looks good. Does that
Just
feel
a
okay?
squat, yeah.
Yeah, basically just a squat.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so just some flat ground practice. Nice and smooth. Use your legs. More suspend. Yeah, there you go. Smooth cat. There you go. That looked good. You feel like a pro.
Yeah.
All right, let's try it on the jump, okay? So this might seem a little bit ridiculous, but I promise this is one of the most important skills to have. And not only will it help you on jumps, it'll help you on drops, and also just learning how to use your body to absorb things. On a lot of bikes, you'll have like between 4 and 6 inches of suspension. And what that is really good at is maintaining traction, but you have so much more suspension in your body. So if you can learn how to use that to your advantage and really get that nice smooth absorption, that'll help a ton. So I'm excited to see if April can get this because she's been hitting bigger jumps and I've been noticing some hard landings. So that's why we're really focusing on it today. Nice. That's getting there. Yo. Yo. Did you feel that?
Yeah.
It's super smooth.
I feel like what's helping me is just to be like looser.
Looser?
I feel like I'm usually like so tense where like I need to like
Yeah.
be looser.
Yeah, it looks a lot better.
Thanks.
What we'll try now is just for fun, we'll just do full suspension and see how that feels. But like I said, I mean, this took me years to really get to be smooth. And I think a lot of times you'll see people that just don't pay attention to this. You know, it's like, I want to learn how to jump. It's like, we got to learn how to land at some point too. So yeah, let's try full suspension, see how that feels.
Okay.
Cool, good job.
Thanks.
That was sick. Your quiver. Full suspension. That looks a lot better.
Feels so much softer than the hardtail.
Yeah. Yeah. That was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good. I say we'll end that on a good note. That was really good. Yeah, you look perfect, really.
Thanks.
That was sick. Especially compared to the first few runs. Like, we'll do first run. And then now just this last one. Yeah. Like, night and day difference. That's cool. Do you feel like you could tell a big difference?
It hurts less.
It hurts less, yeah. Yeah, like I was saying, with April progressing so much in jumping the past few months, just as we're hitting bigger jumps, it's fine when you land, on a good landing. The technique isn't as important, but I've seen a few times where, like, when she's gonna case something, she doesn't really have the technique to absorb it. So that's why we just wanted to focus on this today. We haven't done a dedicated day of practice, and we figured with the hopper ramp, it's perfect. Like I said, you can also use like a curb, just come off of a curb and try to land soft, or you can go out of like a curb cut and try to get those little jumps. What were the tips that you felt helped the most?
I think it was really good to practice on flat ground first, just to get that motion, and maybe that helps loosen up your legs too. I feel like I'm usually too tense, and just feeling or loosening my body a little bit helped a lot to move my legs.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, thank you guys so much for watching and kind of practicing with us today. I think landing is one of those things where a lot of people don't spend enough time working on it, and it can save you big time in a pinch if you know how to land. Say you overshoot a jump, land a flat, or if you're coming in to case something and you just need to absorb it, just having that skill is so important. And yeah, it was fun practicing with you.
Yeah, thanks for helping me.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments, definitely throw them down below. And if you have any ideas for the next few videos, let us know. We're always open to suggestions, and we'll try to get to that stuff as soon as we can. So yeah, thank you guys, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Oh!
I'm a heavy cat.
You're a heavy cat? All right, try one more.